I'm the worst person to take to a funeral.
Would you just cry anyway?
I laugh.
What
'Cause
the
it's
hell?
awkward.
Don't come to my funeral. Hey guys, welcome to Woke and Pretty. It's your girl Meera, and I'm here with Min.
Yes.
And we are doing a very fun episode today. Min, I got some questions for you.
Ooh, down.
Okay,
Down.
you know when
Talk.
like you're with your girlfriends or people that you don't know, and there's these questions that come up, and it's ooh, I gotta think about it, and maybe you remember it like days later or something like that.
Yeah.
The thought-provoking questions. I have a couple thought-provoking questions for you.
Mm.
This could go really well or really terrible that we never air this episode. Are you game?
I'm game. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I hate this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Who do you sometimes compare yourself to?
Oh, I don't compare myself. Not anymore. I never compare myself anymore.
Okay, so who did you used to before, and why did you stop, and what do you do now? And I asked this question. So this is the number 2 question on this list. It's bucketlistjourney.net. The reason I asked this question was because, quite honestly, with the world of social media, like you and I were starting our own business, and I feel like sometimes people are ahead of me, or I find people who are doing the same things as me. I've met people on my journey, and I'm like, whoa. And then they say things to me like, wow, you have this many followers. I have less followers. And in my mind, I'm like, but you're making more money than me. So it's like that compare game.
Yeah.
And I've had to shut it down myself a lot for me, because I don't want to compare myself because I'm different. My journey's different. And we tend to forget that, but it's so hard sometimes.
I'm totally with you. It's extremely difficult sometimes. I'm trying to think.
First of all, when we're growing up, your sister was compared to you all the time. You know that.
Yes.
Because I was little sister and
yes.
I was compared to my big sister all the time. And that irritated the crap out of me. Let me
We
tell
had
you.
a very, hold on though. My sister and I have a very different comparison though.
What do you mean?
In the sense that my sister's got like a photographic memory.
What the hell?
Yeah, she's lucky.
Mike Ross in the house.
Highly intelligent.
Does she like suits?
Not like suits. Not that she remembers every single word, but she can literally recall things so quickly that there are sometimes I look at her and I'm like in awe. But similar to Mike Ross, I can't explain it because she can explain it better because she can obviously break down her ability a lot better. But my sister is extremely intelligent. And to give you another idea is that like she'll read something once and be able to recall it 8 months later for an exam or 6 months later for an exam. So school for my sister became very easy. For me, it was things like the socialization and being able to build those and foster those connections. That became much, much harder for my sister. We were compared, but not in the same as probably as you and your sister, because our dynamics were different.
So my sister's 2 years older, and to my 5'6", she's 5'1", barely. And she's older.
So my sister's 5'1" too. I joke often being like, can you reach the pedals on your car?
So we're the opposite though, because she's my older sister. So it's reverse, but she is very smart. And the thing is, I'm smart too, y'all. I'm smart too. But there is this thing about her when we were kids, because she used to be a reader, like a huge reader with the couple books that we had available to us. She learned to read probably when she was 3, maybe an early age, and she still is a big reader. She can sit in the library. You ever seen that Twilight Zone episode where the guy just wants to read, and then in the Twilight Zone, he finally gets into a place where an apocalypse happened and he's in a library of books and it's just all books around him and he's so happy, but then his glasses breaks?
Yep.
That would be her. And me too sometimes, but mostly her. So she's just like this really highly intelligent, speaks up, has a temper type person, but she was always this very petite 93-pound, 5 foot, barely 5'1" girl. And then I grew up pretty tall. I was like 5'4", 5'6" growing up. Junior high school for me was a thing. And I wasn't fat. I wasn't even chubby. I was just curvy. Well, softly curvy. I didn't work out. And I was always told I was fat compared to her. And I've had people say to me, why can't you be more like your sister? We used to volunteer at a nursing home and people loved her. And they loved me too. Different people loved me, but I'm more of an outgoing personality. And obviously I'm 2 years younger than her. So I was like 12 and she was 14. So clearly the maturity level was different. Person who I'm referring to, whose name I don't remember, I don't care. And she literally said to me, why can't you be more like your sister? And I said, because I'm not her.
No.
It really hurt my feelings and I left.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It was really hurtful at that young
That
age
is
because
really
like,
hurtful. And though in
yeah,
your formative years like that, no.
but you're the adult. I'm volunteering my time here. Y'all even paying me. And I'm trying everything to do games with the residents that live there and talk to the elderly and all that stuff. And you had the nerve to say that to me because you would prefer my sister over me. That's how I took it. And it actually was a situation where she would rather my sister than me. And because I couldn't do something that she wanted and the way she wanted. My sister was her favorite. And I think it triggered me because when I was growing up, my grandmother, my dad's mom, they favored her so much compared to me. And I think I took that as they didn't like me. I was a lot younger and I would cry to go home. But the thing is, when I was there, they would just dote on her and ignore me. So I don't think they hated me. I think it's just, they just loved her so much, like the older kids sometimes. So we were always compared. I was always lacking. And then when we went to high school, she went to the super smart school in Brooklyn, blah, blah, blah. And I went to a very not so smart school, but a very highly artistic school. And I had to take a test, had that portfolio, got in. And you know what? I was in the top 5 in my class. Okay.
For
I was in the
you.
top 5 in my class. I didn't even freaking try. I took AP classes and everything. And she wasn't even in, like, maybe she was 96 or something. Okay. She was, okay. If you really want to get down to who's smart. And then, but I think people manifest their smartness differently because I would say you're very smart, but I think
I am. I'm
different
extremely
than
intelligent,
hers.
but very different from my sister. My sister's a nurse. She'll be a nurse practitioner in 2 years, I think. I don't remember how her schooling for that works, but she's extremely intelligent. I used to get really jealous of my sister because school came so easy to her, whereas I had to work so hard to get the grades that I got. But
Wait.
yeah, no, we just had and even
Okay.
now, even when I go to visit her, she gets really jealous of the fact that I can walk into my quote unquote closet or my suitcase, grab an outfit and look fully put together. When I was out there, she did a family photo shoot and I took her to Sephora so that like somebody could do her makeup for her. And she struggles a little bit with feeling like she's put together.
Is she overweight?
No, but she's got like post baby weight. She's not overweight, but she's definitely got like post baby weight, and she's got like
She's not the 5'9" hottie patati like you.
no, she's definitely no. It's funny because we joke about it often because if I steal her clothes, they fit me perfectly because she's shorter. They're just like shorter on me. But where with her, she could never steal like my jeans, for instance, because I have a much tinier waist than she does.
Oh,
So smaller things like that. Back in the day, though, like when she was super, super skinny, we used to be able to share clothes. But yeah, we've just got very different skills, her and I. So
we never shared clothes. She was too petite and we were different sizes always. But I bring that up because the comparison game starts really early on for women, especially. I'm sure guys get compared to their friends and their athletic prowess and all that stuff. But I think it even translates for women into their friendships where you're compared, like your parents, oh, what is this girl doing? Don't hang out with her. Like, you're better than her or be better this way. So the comparison game is hard now, especially when we're older, because we're always pitted against each other.
Yeah.
Especially women of color, when you think about the work world, when you think about anything that we're doing, there could be room for more than one of us, guys. There really could. I'm not the wrong podcast for this conversation, obviously.
Very wrong podcast for this conversation. But we believe that if there isn't room at the table, you create a new table.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas I find we were just talking about this earlier. There's I feel like it's a little juvenile and very early 2000s or even 1990s to be competing with other women at this point in the game. And if you're again, competition with yourself is one thing. Competition with other women is a jealousy factor that you need to investigate into, because again, you will not grow as a person if you don't investigate when you are jealous. So my own opinion, take it or leave it. But
I'm hoping, because millennials are parents and they're raising their kids a little bit different, because the stuff that they had to go through, the unpacking, the fact that we have mental health days now and all the things that the millennials fought for, and the lack of acceptance rates for the BS from the Gen Zers, I think things will change. We'll see. All right. So that was a big question for me, that I was like, okay, because we're still in this comparison game, and will it ever end? Because I feel like it'll never end, but I don't know.
I will say this, and listen, I might get a little bit more hate on this, but I cheer much louder for a woman who's winning. I also like will scream at the top of my lungs if she happens to be an ethnic woman who wins.
Is there a shred of envy or wow, how come it's not me?
Not anymore.
Wow.
If this was 10
Very
years
honest.
if this was 20 years ago, like in my early 20s, it probably was like a lot of envy. Not anymore, not now. Not now. When I see representation, I get excited because you also have to remember, like Meera, you and I grew up in an age where we didn't see a lot of
We are the representation.
Forget just like ethnic, just women in general. Like when we saw, do you remember the day that you saw Halle Berry win her Oscar? Do you remember that? I remember thinking how big of a wave she created. And she wasn't even brown, nor Asian. She was a mixed woman who happened to look very black.
I thought when she won, that wasn't my thought. I was like, she hasn't won one already, is what I thought.
I know, yeah. I was shocked too. I was very shocked too.
Listen, we don't have to go down the Halle Berry road because I don't think she's that great of an actress. I'm not gonna lie. I think she's had moments. She's no Viola Davis. Look at me comparing women to women. But I could do that because there are a lot of women up there who are winning those Oscars that deserve it.
Yeah. No, and I'm with you. So we're just noticing that now that like when I see other representation, especially, girl, you have no idea how excited I was when I heard Simone Ashley starring as Anthony Bridgerton's love interest in the second season of, like, that girl is the it girl for me right now. She's so pretty. I can't stop looking at her photos. It physically hurts me a little bit because she's so if I was a man, I'm telling
you can girl crush. You can girl crush.
She's totally my girl crush.
She's adorable.
She's so beautiful.
So
she has
I
a very excited when I see representation
about herself.
Oh yeah.
Did you see The Little Mermaid? She was Ariel's sister in Indira, whatever.
I know.
I was like, can you give a girl some more screen time? Or give her a talking sentence that's not like a half a sentence, but she's beginning her career. She has a lot more to come.
She's going to be huge.
If y'all don't know who she is, look her up. She's beautiful.
At this point, if you don't know who she is, I was going to say,
matter of fact, if you don't know her, go watch Bridgerton because I'm mad at you if you don't like Bridgerton. I love Bridgerton. I can't wait for the next season. I was shocked when Queen Charlotte came out, and I was like, wait, what's this? Because this is not a book. This is not a book.
Okay.
I read all the books back in the day. I read all of them.
Like when I was Bridgerton books?
When I was a teenager, they weren't called Bridgerton books. They were just romance novels, and it was the Bridgerton family. And I'm like, there's a romance novel for all of them. I'm going to read them all. Some of them aren't so nice. I don't like the One brothers, but whatever.
What book am I on?
I'm interested to read them now. I bet you the way I read a romance novel back then versus now would be different.
I'm on Hyacinth's, not Hyacinth's. I read Eloise.
Hyacinth's story is interesting.
I'm on Gregory's story.
Gregory's the artistic one?
No, Benedict's the artistic one. I don't like Benedict's story. Man, his was boring, man. I was like, this is just, and listen, don't get me wrong. I love the Cinderella story, but there was just no.
Yeah.
And listen, in the show, I love Benedict. It made me upset that his book wasn't better. I really hope the season with him is better. But they released a photo of Colin Bridgerton because you know how every brother is stepped up during their season. Oh my God. He's so pretty.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a Colin Bridgerton fan. I love the actor. But yes,
we digress. We digress, woke and pretty audience. We apologize.
But what else you got
clearly Bridgerton fans. Ooh. All right, my next question is crying. Do you think crying is a sign of weakness or strength?
Strength.
I say weakness for me.
Really?
This is like messed up. This is so messed up because it's from.
That is some trauma speaking.
I'm not saying I had a hard knocks life, but I'm saying my life wasn't so amazing growing up that the crying is a sign of weakness to me because it's showing that you can't control your emotions, and controlling your emotions. This is really messed up and I probably need some therapy. Shows that you're controlling your actions and your feelings at that time. I was very good at compartmentalizing my emotions when I was a lot younger. Now I don't have to. I've gotten better at it. But the crying, when that happens to me, means that you're not in control. The other person has the upper hand and you're losing the situation. And I get mad at myself for that. That's how I see it.
Yeah, Yeah, girl, you
I
need to
need
see
therapy.
a therapist. Yeah. God, that's a deep-seated. Yeah, girl, you need to talk to somebody. See, for me, crying is, you just said it. You're like, you can't handle your emotions because you've been holding them in for too long. Crying is usually the pinnacle and a release that needs to happen. So no, it's, for me, it's no longer, maybe two for me because it takes so long for me to get there. I also, I can't be the only one who does this. I'm laughing about it because, did you watch Fuller House when they re-released?
I saw a lot of it, like the first season and a half, and then I stopped.
In Fuller House, one of the episodes, they tell, I don't remember why, but Stephanie's DJ, I'm not you. I know about the cookies hidden away for your Thursday afternoon cry fest. And I laugh about it because I'm so glad that she can't be the only one who does this, because I do this too. I literally will block out a day
To
where I
cry?
will put on sad movies like The Notebook. Love Actually is another one that I will throw
Wait,
on when I
you
need
cry
to
for
cry.
those two movies, or
And I will bawl my eyes out because I need to cry.
I don't understand. This is such a foreign thing to me. Wait a minute, let's backtrack. Are those crying movies to you?
The Notebook really is.
Like the ending?
Yeah.
But you cry for joy
Or
and happiness.
a little bit of everything. Yeah. But
So the
even
crying
throughout the movie, knowing, like, when I first watched The Notebook, I bawled like a baby when I found out that, I was like, oh my God, that's his wife and she has Alzheimer's. And then he spent every,
Why are you
talk about
ruining for people who
abandonment.
never seen that movie? You just told a whole ending, girl. I only saw that movie. I never saw that movie from the beginning
You
to
never
end.
saw The Notebook?
I've seen The Notebook. They show it so many times. I've seen pieces and I've patched it together. So I know what the ending is. Like, I know I've never seen it from beginning to end in one sitting.
All right, one, I'll put it in the show notes that I like apparently gave it away. But yes, girl, you how...
Okay, whatever.
Anyways, yes, cry to me is power.
I would not go for a joyful cry though if I was going to do something like that. I'd want like the sad crying.
Okay, so I also have a hard time sad crying sometimes.
Okay.
And if I'm at a funeral, like, I'm the worst person to take to a funeral.
Would you just cry anyway?
I laugh.
What
Because
the
it's
hell?
awkward.
Don't come to my funeral.
Hey, don't take me to a funeral. Oh.
Wow. Well, who's taking people on dates to the funeral anyway? Come on. No, I get really sad because other people are sad and I want to cry even if I don't know the person. That's how I am. I'm not really good with death.
I'm not good with death, but
Well,
I
clearly.
can't be put it.
Jeez, my goodness. All right, we're moving on from this question. We're moving on from this question because I don't know. We're two different sides right here, and I'm not sure how I feel. Now I feel like I need a cry day.
Oh my God. Okay, go on. What's our next?
But is that a waste of a day? I don't get it.
Honey, I don't do it for the whole day, but I'll make an afternoon or a
What the
Saturday
hell else
evening
would
of it.
you do for the rest of that day? Or
I'll clean my apartment and then I'll order in food and then I'll sit down and I'll have a good cry.
that sounds like
fest
a whole
watching
day.
sad movies.
That sounds like a whole day prepping for a cry fest.
I'm
not
be
judging you.
cleaning.
I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to understand. Wait.
I haven't done that lately, but doesn't life become too much and you're just like, oh my gosh, I need a day. And that day,
all the time.
yeah.
But
Okay.
I don't cry. I will literally do exactly what you've done. I will not clean, but I will get junk food and I will sit with a blanket and I will have the nice movies on, the whatevers, and I'll watch it and I'll waste a day, but I don't cry. I don't release the crying. Let's move on. Because I don't understand. Okay. I want to know if other people do this because you just got validation that somebody else did it. I've never heard of it, but wow. Okay, cool. I like, if that works for you, that's awesome.
Comment below if you do it.
Is it possible to lie without saying a word? Is that where it goes where omission's a lie? Because like your silence can be the lie?
No, because I think silence speaks volumes, in my opinion.
So it is possible to lie without saying a word.
Yeah, because if you're silent, you're either strategically thinking as to how to answer the question, Because I go silent if I need to find a way to tell you nicely that what you're asking for is not the response you're about to get.
I have learned to stay silent when I know it's an important moment and I have to be careful what I say, because I tend to speak without thinking sometimes, or I used to do it a lot. And I've learned in my career, got to control that. I've gotten in trouble so many times for that in a really terrible way. So many times, even in personal life, and you can't take back what you've said. So sometimes when there are difficult situations in front of me and I don't know how to tell the truth or say the truth in a way that's going to make sense to you, I tend to be quieter. But it's okay, because people usually like struggle to fill in space, so they'll just talk more. I've learned, and I'm a talker.
Yeah.
So, okay. Ooh, okay. Next one. If you had a friend who spoke to you in the same way that you sometimes speak to yourself, how long will you allow this person to be your friend? Because you know we're our own worst enemy. We are so hard on ourselves. Girl, if I had a friend that would tell me the things that I sometimes tell myself,
she's not my friend for very long, I'm gonna tell you that.
First of all, that's number one. But number two, there are so many people out there that grew up with just knowing that it's usually like a sister or like a mother or an aunt or somebody who they're close with that's literally giving them those negative thoughts and negative reinforcement, that it's hard because, and they do it outwardly, they might be polite or whatever, but you're getting that really messed up trauma from their life to your life, because how they were treated is how they treat people. Am I making any sense? Like, for instance, I just told you this, the story of my sister, and I was not overweight or anything, but I was fat compared to her. Why can't you be more like your sister? Why can't you look more like your sister? Oh, you're fat, you need to lose weight, just get skinny like your sister. To a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 12-year-old, 14-year-old. So it's funny because like these are people who I grew up with or people around me in our culture, and it's so normal to them. They are also the size of houses. Like, they are also not perfect, but you're always too fat or too skinny. You're never in the middle.
Girl, do you not remember the Barbie movie?
Sure do.
Wait,
which part? I fell asleep for half of it. Which part? I might not remember it, actually.
Where America Ferrera is talking to Margot Robbie.
Or her monologue?
Her monologue, yeah. You can't be too
that
fat.
Made me cry.
It was beautiful.
That was, I didn't see
Barbie
it in the
movie. Might be another movie that I could, no, it's too funny. I die laughing every single time.
I was asleep when America Ferrera did her monologue in the movie theater, but I saw it as a clip. I actually read it first before I saw that piece. I read what the monologue was, and I like genuinely teared up and almost cried.
Beautiful. Like, it's a beautiful monologue.
It's not the beauty of it. It was the truth of it that got me.
Yeah.
I felt it. I was like, stop talking about me, America. Yeah. Ugh. Oh my God. What else are we doing? What else? Do you have any thought-provoking questions for me, Min?
Can you think of it? I have a couple of icebreaker questions that I love doing.
Ooh,
and there's some of them are like ones that I use on a date or dating apps too.
Okay. Tell me your favorite two.
Okay. So if I want to find out a guy's personality, I use this. And Jillian Michael did this on, I believe, season 5 of The Bachelor.
Wait, Jillian Michaels? Isn't that the exercise lady?
Oh, so it's not Jillian Michael. It's Jillian Harrison. Julian, I don't know, whatever.
Okay, Jillian Michaels is the chick that did The Biggest Loser.
That's it. But no, this Jillian Harrison, I think. She's Canadian.
Don't come for us for fact checking, guys.
It's Jillian something. I get my Jillians mixed up. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
She did this with one of the Bachelors. She brought him in to, but what do you put on your hot dog? So if you're at a baseball game and all the condiments for the hot dog are laid out in front of you, what do you put on your hot dog?
Yeah, I wouldn't eat the hot dog. I don't eat hot dogs really, unless I make it.
Yeah, we wouldn't be going out on a date.
Do they have turkey dogs? I'll get a turkey dog.
Okay, fine, girl. Turkey dog. What are you putting on your turkey dog?
Ketchup, mustard, onions.
Ooh. Oh.
And I would still kiss the person. I would still kiss the person with my onion breath.
Oh, a girl who knows what she wants. That was a very quick answer. But I truly believe that like how a person views life, or what the person puts on their hot dog, is how they view life.
Why? If they like it plain, what do you think about?
I don't go out with them.
Ah! And if they put like everything in the world on it,
he's up for adventure and will try anything. So I'm down.
Oh.
And if it's only ketchup and mustard, he's too traditional and won't.
I'm very traditional-ish.
That was very extremely, but then you put onions on your
I put my onions on the raw onions. But you know what? If it's cooked, that's okay too.
Yeah, it's a little flavor.
Oh my God, I like that question because it's true. I'm so traditional, but I got the flavor.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What if someone's chili and this and that? How do you eat that? That's so nasty. It goes everywhere. Why would you put all this?
People love chili dogs.
I don't like mess. How do you eat a chili dog with your hands though? Do people like?
Yeah.
Or
yeah. It usually comes in a bigger bun. There's usually the bun is bigger.
And you have a fork? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you put on yours?
Ketchup, the sweet relish, like the corn relish, hot peppers, banana peppers.
If there was hot peppers, I would put hot peppers. 100%.
Sriracha, if there's sriracha. And obviously there probably wouldn't be because we're having a shortage. Not even a shortage. I think they just stopped production. Onions, and I'm missing a condiment and I can't see it. I can't think of it.
But okay. Yeah. I put pepper sauce on mine at home when I make them. Like for the summers. Yeah. My mom makes it like a pepper sauce.
That's delicious.
So that's basically the banana pepper. So I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever, I don't know if you guys don't have football over there, like American football.
No, but we watch it.
And you go to the stadium, like the MetLife Stadium, I'm sure Taylor had this. They do sausage, onion, and peppers in the Hawaiian roll, in the Hawaiian, wherever you are. It's called a hero. Or
okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yo, shit's balling, man. I don't even eat stuff like that all the time. And I remember the first time I tried it, I will say I was drunk when I walked in, and it was the best sausage, onion, peppers I've ever had.
I'm not sure if Tay had that when she was at the game, because there's a photo of her with a fan and she had chicken nuggets and what looked
she was
like
in the suite. She was in the suite. So the food in the suite is different. So she had probably chicken nuggets. There was probably mac and cheese in there. They do have hot dogs in there. I've ordered everything in that suite before. So many things you can have in that suite. Popcorn.
That's a fortune, that suite.
No, it's not. Honestly, back in the day when my company had it, we did like a half share with somebody else. Mm-hmm. So we had half the year.
Yeah.
I think it was only $100,000.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I still thought maybe
it might be more. It might be more now, but maybe it was, I'm sorry, Barclays Center was $100,000 for a share. That was maybe $150,000, but that doesn't include food and drink and everything. So you do everything, like all your drinks and everything. You can pre-order, or you can order it while you're there, and you can obviously refill. And if you own the suite, like if you have it every single event, people just leave stuff. Like you leave your liquor and stuff that you don't finish. But if like me and you shared a suite and you had one weekend, I had one weekend, I know it's you guys, so I just leave it. Like I don't care if there's liquor in the suite.
Yeah. Nice.
Guys, come to me for all the sweet info.
For the sweet life.
I know it. What's your other question?
If money wasn't a factor and you could do whatever you wanted, what would you do with your life?
Okay, so let's go back to when we won the lottery that we didn't play for, the almost $1 billion.
I know. I thought about that when I was editing the episode. I was like, dang it.
Yeah, we didn't play. Also, we
had
like
win?
I think somebody did. We had a free
that could have been us
here. That makes me sad. It was really bad weather. A lot of things happened here in New York, especially in Brooklyn. It was real rough. I couldn't get a ticket.
Yeah, we saw the videos online.
It was pretty rough. Ooh, okay. If I could just take my money, I would make my husband quit his job immediately. I would have a private jet, and I would just take me, my husband, and my son, and we would just go all over the world and have experiences. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would hire somebody to plan all of my excursions, and I would literally just, when I get out, there's a car waiting for me. Take me to a nice hotel with the best view. Let me live my life. Let me go explore. I don't want to wait on lines. Get me the fast pass everywhere. I don't want to wait on lines. I'll rent out Disney for my son, just us at night with the workers. If I could do that, I would. No lines, all the rides, all the things. Actually, if I had like legit money though, I would rent out Disney if I could and take my whole family and friends. That would be so fun.
That looks like so cool.
But like at night, so it's not so hot. Sorry, Florida, you are mad hot. What would you do?
My life wouldn't change that much from what I'm doing now.
You wouldn't be editing podcasts and managing people and clients, would you?
No, I would have more podcasts. I would have a team running it for sure. but it wouldn't look much different than what I would do. I would travel a lot more and I would have a lot more experiences, but it wouldn't deviate too much from what I have right now.
If you want $1 billion, I don't know if you would want to keep doing what you're doing and just travel more. I think you'd want to be a philanthropist. You'd want to give back and help out the way you grew up, the way you you would probably go back to your community. I'm just not speaking for you, but I would.
You're absolutely right. It's what's funny is you say
when
that
I say that
one of my
luxury,
dreams.
no,
One of
that
my
whole
dreams is
plan
to
that I
open.
just had, that whole plan that I just had is the first thing and the fun thing, but you don't just explore the whole world and you get sick of it after a while. You want to give back. So when I'm in these places, I will use my money to give back. I do want to build better things in schools and give back to the community to be better and prosper. So I would do that. I feel like you would too, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. My goal is to build a home out in Thailand to house as many girls as possible so that they can have a safe place and go get an education.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, Oprah.
No, yeah, but Oprah School is getting a lot of. There's been
I know, but it doesn't matter what people say about it. She has a ton of girls that went there, were safe, graduated, are doing good things in the world. So it was effective. Come at her however you want, but I'm just saying.
No, and I'm totally with you. But I think what we also tend to forget is that when you invest in women, the economy does better, communities do better, better birth rates. There are so many things, and I think that's completely forgotten when it comes to educating young girls. So to me, education in whatever form that looks like for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good way to end this episode. Nice message, since you're Oprah number 2 and I forced you into being a philanthropist in your dream, but I know you would be.
I would be. Yeah. It would totally be.
Yeah. I don't think you'd want to sit and spend hours editing podcasts when you can go and build a school.
Yeah. That'd be so nice.
Yeah.
But I'd definitely be flying around in a private jet. There's no way. I'm telling you, girl, I'm done with it.
We're trying to save the world, but where you don't care about fossil fuel and all the whatever.
That is a topic for another time.
And I don't want to talk about that. I'm just living my life, okay? I'm just living my life. Don't come at me. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Make sure you follow us. And if you've been listening to us for a while, leave a review. We love seeing those 5-star reviews.
True.
And do yourself a
favor.
favor.
Do shout outs for those reviews.
Hell yeah. But do yourself a favor and share your favorite episode with a friend. We love that. Okay. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Remember, you're the heartbeat of our podcast. Your support, your comments, and your enthusiasm keeps us fired up and ready to bring you more pop culture goodness each week. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment of action.
Connect with us on social media at Woke and Pretty Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
We're always thrilled to chat with fellow pop culture enthusiasts.
Until next time, keep riding those pop culture waves,
stay in the know with current events, and most importantly, keep embracing your woke and pretty self. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride, and remember, the conversation doesn't stop here. So, until we meet again, keep spreading the woke and pretty vibes.